And before we get ready for episode 60, we've made it this far, my friends. 60 episodes of Superstar Spotlight. I want to thank my great sponsors, the beautiful people, starting off with Ian30. He does my intros, my outros, the video clips, all that cool stuff on my Facebook and Instagram. Hit up Ian, get something cool by him. We also got the Skill Squad. Shout out Little Skittle, join the Discord server, see what you're missing, all that good stuff. It's a crazy time in there. You're not going to want to miss it. We also got Pookie Wrestlers outside the Canadian region. Get a cool design just like this one by my good friend Pookie. Get yourself Pookie-fied today. We also got the Bocce Boys. Cannot forget, always got to plug them when I can. I got the flag right behind me. Get a shirt, get a sticker, get a patch. They got all that good stuff on thebotchyboys.com. And last but not least, I always got to shout her out my girl B-Dub Photos. Get Becca Dub at your wrestling shows. Get a cool photographer to do some cool photographer stuff. And my guest for the evening, someone who I can absolutely call a good dear friend of mine in this business. He is currently on his retirement tour after 20 plus years of doing this goddamn deathmatch shit. I'm talking about the 3-time unsanctioned pro world hardcore champion, the current WLW Pure Heart champion, the H2O Danny Havoc world hardcore champion, the Honey Badger, the Prince of Death, Neil Diamond Cutter is in the Soup Kitchen Studios. Neil, my good friend, how are you doing on this lovely evening?
What's up?
We finally got it to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Neil Diamond Cutter is here, and you guys submitted him so many crazy questions that I cannot wait to get into.
Oh God.
Well, if you want, I'll kick it off right here. Neil Diamond Cutter, what is your favorite flavor of Dr. Pepper?
OG Dr. Pepper, man. Can't go wrong, man. That's my coffee right there. You know, that's the only thing I need in life. I always joke around saying that there's 3 things I need to sustain life. And that's just cigarettes, weed, Dr. Pepper. That's it. You give me those 3 things, I don't need meat. I don't need protein or fats or nothing. Those 3 things I can just survive forever on.
Oh my goodness. That's all me and you. It's literally Dr. Pepper all day with you. Hey, what do you want to drink, Neil? Dr. Pepper. Get me some cigarettes and
man,
Dr.
I told
Pepper.
you it's my coffee, man.
That's the diet.
Yeah, like I guess I'm one of the new age kind of dudes where fucking like I don't drink. So, like, I have to fill that vice with something else. I'm like, oh, I'll drink Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And, like, I've gone to shows and, like, people bring me, like, 12 packs and shit. It's really funny. It makes me chuckle because I'm like, oh, it's safer than drugs.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like, I mean, we are very 420 friendly here at Superstar Spotlight. Neil, what's your favorite strain of cannabis?
Oh, Pineapple Express.
Hell yeah.
That's like the holy grail. Finding that is so hard nowadays, especially the OG strain of it. Was a lot of go-tos I have is like if it's usually named like Star Wars or something, or like I can relate it to Star Wars, I'll usually get it. Like what is it? There was Boba Fett. There's Skywalker. That's pretty popular. There's a Princess Leia. I found an R2D2 one.
You'll pop for this. The one I picked up today. Look at this. Star Wars Blue Milk. It's got the Star Wars logo on the box. That's what I find crazy
legit.
about.
Well, I wouldn't say that's legit. Nowadays, things can be faked.
No, yeah, it's definitely I don't think they got the license from Star Wars for one of these things. But
Disney is not going to allow that.
But you know what
Disney
I'm going to allow? This question. Neil Diamond Cutter, if you could get stoned with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Oh, gosh. That's a really good question.
That's my favorite question to ask the stoner-friendly wrestlers.
Okay, only because it's my childhood, dude. I think it'd be cool to get stoned with the Ninja Turtles.
Oh hell yeah! And then order all the pizzas. Absolutely.
Exactly. You know, food's gonna be ordered because they're always hungry. I think Mikey, I think, is already a stoner.
Oh yeah.
Raph would chill out. Donatello wouldn't. Donatello and Leo would stop thinking so damn hard about things. You know, or Leo would stop being so. Well, he'd probably get more emotional, but you know,
I
like
love
Splinter,
it.
I can see doing his little peace pipe, just chilling in the corner, just listening to all us be idiots.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And then what would I gotta ask then, what's the perfect Neil Diamond Cutter pizza?
pepperoni all day.
Nice.
I'm a plain Jane when it comes to pizzas, but like when I order from pizza joints, I usually get like extra pepperoni on it. Domino's has a all pepperoni pizza where it's just layered pepperoni, and I'm like, yes,
Oh,
give me that.
that sounds like so
But
much
I'm not
grease.
against experimenting. Like we just tried their extravaganza pizza from Domino's, and it had like black peppers, onions, some type of pepper on it, or black olives. That's what I was trying to say. That was on it. Like I didn't. I enjoyed the first bite, but after that, I was like, no, I'm picking all this shit off.
That's how I
you
am.
know.
Like I cannot do olives on pizza. I don't get the hype. It's too salty
Yeah,
for me.
I'm not big on the black olives in general, and I'm not. I can't be a pepper guy because my teeth are all
Same,
fucked.
same. I don't like
So
peppers because of the taste.
I can't wait to get my teeth fixed. I'm gonna try all kinds of shit, all
Yeah,
kinds
hell
of spicy
yeah.
stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, Neil, we'll finally start getting to some wrestling deprived questions. The first one being, what made you want to become a professional wrestler? And any memory of your first ever match?
I don't have any memories of my first match. I just remember like spots from it, I guess. To start it off though, like my first match I ever saw was, I want to say it was a Monday Nitro. I was just flipping through channels when I was like 9, and I came across like Diamond Dallas Page and Glacier. And once I saw Glacier, I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, this guy looks like fucking Sub Zero from Mortal Kombat. You know, what they were aiming
Which it
for.
kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the demographic they were aiming for. So I saw that, and like a few matches later, Chris Jericho comes walking out facing Juventud Guerrero, I think. One of the cruiserweights. It was when Jericho was starting his climb in WCW with the cruiserweight title. And like instantly I saw him and I was like, hell yeah, I can do that. I can do what he's doing. Like that shit looks pretty easy. I'm pretty aerodynamic. You know, the only heavy sport I played at that point was football. So I'm used to hard hits and full contact.
Hell yeah.
Uh, and
And
one thing
then,
led to another. I think Jericho was just starting his Dean Malenko feud, where he was the man of 1,001
oh my
holds,
goodness, yes,
and
the
like
big
the
list.
second, yeah, and then he started the list. That was the second show I ever watched, and I was like, I can do this. Like I can do this this kind of stuff. It's entertaining. It's violent. Like I get to hit people and not get arrested for it. Like hell yeah, I'm down for this. You know, that was my mentality going into football was I can hit people and hurt people without getting arrested. Hell yeah. Like I'm all for that.
Absolutely. And then what did you start in the backyard? Did you go to a school?
Oh yeah.
What's the
I started in a backyard, just like most people do. Um we did it mainly on the ground for the first like couple months I was there, learning how to like do things. You know, and at first it was us just goofing off and fucking around and being just dumb kids. And eventually we all got the idea like, well, we need to eventually get trained if we want to do this. And we all had the mindset of we're all going to make it. We're all going to get on the indies and make our own names or whatever. And we all pitched in, got a 12 by 12 boxing ring with no spring underneath it. So it
Oh
was like
my
landing on
god.
concrete. Yeah, it
Oh.
was really, it was rough. But one of the kids, Jeff O'Connor, he went to GCW in our area. That's Gateway Championship Wrestling. Been defunct for years now. But the guy who ran it, Big Babe Ben, brought in like ECW guys all the time and had like no rope barbed wire matches and shit. I'm pretty sure he's the reason why like blood tests or not blood tests are done, but like why blood's illegal in Missouri now. I'm pretty sure he's the reason why. No hard facts. I didn't know Big Bad Ben like that, but uh, anywho, Jeff would go get trained, and then he would come back, and the very next day he would show us everything he learned that day. So we were getting secondhand training the next day.
Oh,
And
damn.
to Jeff's credit, he was really good at training. Like, he really should have became a coach of something, some kind of sport. I don't know what he does now, but he was really good at training us, and like we went through the same process he went through. We weren't allowed to do certain things. We had to make sure that we were bumping properly and all that kind of stuff. And like he treated us like as if we were his class. So it ended up working out great for me, because when I got into the indies, I knew how to do everything already. Like, I came out of nowhere and just showed people I could do things, be like, hey, can I train a little bit? I don't get to train too much in a real ring. And be like, yeah, they see me doing bumps and flips and stuff and just practicing, and be like, hey, you want a spot? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I want to be on the show. Why not? And that's how I broke into the indies. So that's why I always tell kids, like, go get trained. Learn how to do the craft before you dive into any certain genre. Because if you know how to do regular matches, you can pile anything on top of it. It's all just coatings to the candy core.
Oh, yes. Are back. Neil had some technical difficulties, but as we left off, we were talking about Neil's past wrestling career, getting into the indies. Neil, I gotta know, and so does a fan. Our first fan submitted question right here: who gave you the name and why the Honey Badger?
Actually, a buddy down in Arizona. When I got back into wrestling, I technically retired in 2012 because my son was born. And I moved down to Arizona, and around 2015, I started getting back into wrestling. And I was trying to figure out a new way to invent myself. At the time, I looked just like your normal truck driver guy, big beard. I had hair down to my armpits. Like, I looked like Moses walking.
That's when you were tagging up with the hooligans, if I'm correct.
No, this is after that.
Oh, that was after.
Yeah, this is jumping ahead like 12 years into my career. Because I didn't come up with that moniker until I was down in Arizona. I was doing the normal, like doing normal matches and tag matches, trying to get back into the rhythm of things as far as my pacing and structuring matches and stuff like that. And eventually I wanted to get back into death matches around 2018. And I just had my very first one back against Shellac of all people in 2018. And I came back, I showed my buddy Jason, and he was like, holy shit, dude, you are insane. Like, you legit do not give a fuck. And I'm like, yeah, for the most part, yeah. And he's like, you need to be the Honey Badger. I was like, what the fuck is a Honey Badger? And he showed me the video that went viral back then where it was like, the Honey Badger doesn't give a shit. Like, oh, look at it. Oh, it's attacking a snake. Like that whole narrated thing. And I was just like, yeah, that's pretty much my character inside of death matches. Yeah, I just don't care. And he's like, yeah, look them up, dude. They're wild animals. And I looked it up, found out it's the most fearless animal in the kingdom. And unbeknownst to me, I already had fearless tattooed on my knuckles. So I was like, oh, this works too perfectly. And just over time, that moniker has really become who my character is. All the patches on my jacket represent things that I like personally or things that my family likes. And the Honey Badger just really brings out that kind of like raw, kind of genuine emotion, I guess. So when you see me react to things, like, it's either something really special or something really cool.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason in the ring, I guess because the adrenaline, like, my face doesn't emote the way I want it to. So I don't know. I come off as a very stoic looking guy sometimes.
Absolutely. And you talk about making cool memories. Another fan submitted question here, Neil. Any stories from IWA Mid-South Prince of the Deathmatch 2010?
Oh, Jesus.
That is the year you won,
God.
by the way. That's the first Prince of the Deathmatch ever.
From Prince. The really cool thing that the one thing I remember most out of it, I actually got two of them. I'll tell the Sabu one first. So Sabu was in the pre-main event. He was in semi, and fucking, I watched this man down a half handful of Percocet, fall asleep for like 3 hours during the entire show, wake up, have an hour-long badass match with Prince Mustafa Ali, and fucking come to the back and just down the other half of Percocets he had, and then pass out for another 3 hours. Like, I don't know how Sabu was alive at the time. Like, it legit baffled me that he was still standing. I was like, how did he go to sleep and wake up? Like, it's so baffling. But the other thing, the one thing I mainly remember outside that Sabu story was how cool John Moxley was, because everyone in the back was bitching about having to put me over for Prince of Death, and John was like, I don't give a shit. Who cares? Like, it's a story, guys. Calm down. Like, he was such ahead of everyone else around him that he understood like what this meant for my character and how to build me with it. Like, if you watch that match, it's all him. It's him just beating me up. But he made it such a good story with the whole being drunk and trashed and stuff that it just built on top of the fact that I was an underdog and the fact that I could possibly win this just because of his poor choice outside of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And, like, as soon as I pin him and the three comes down, he kicks out and runs off and acts like a lunatic for the rest of the night, you know, berating people and shit. You know? And I just remember those two things really distinctly from Prince of Death.
Also, not many people know, like, you wrestled Moxley once, and not a lot of people also know you wrestled Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah. I wrestled him a long ass time ago. Like, thinking back at that match, like, everything was fine. It was a lot of fun working with him, but to sit there and to actually, like, try to chain wrestle John is a whole nother animal, man. Like, I know very basic chain wrestling stuff. Like, I don't know how to twist the body or anything like that. Like, I know how to do simple brutality kind of stuff. And to work with him and have him, like, noodle me around and just bend me in ways that I didn't think I could bend. Like,
you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, like, I instantly realized, like, okay, I need to study people, because if I don't, then I'm going to get left behind, and I have to know how to counter people and, you know, actually have ways out of these things. Like, I smashed my way through getting through the chain stuff with John, but, like, man, if we would have stuck to just chain wrestling, like, he would have probably had me tap really quickly. Like, John's so fucking good. I really wanted to have another one either this year or sometime next year before I fully retire. But, you know, honestly, right now I don't think it's really all that possible. Yeah, but I love John. I still talk to him to this day. I saw John when Mania was in Philly.
Yep.
And he comes up, hugs me from behind. I look down, I see his hands, and I'm like, well, I know this ain't Matt Cage, so it's got to be Jonathan Gresham. And I turn around, and he's just big old smile ear to ear, and I do the same thing. We hug for a good, like, 2.5 minutes, while Mad Dog Connolly's just standing there going like this, like, like, completely confused and baffled as to why me and John know each other. And they just stop. I turn. I'm like, yes, I know him. We're good friends. He's like, friends? Fuck, bro. I thought we were family. I was like, oh, yeah, John's my brother. I forgot. My bad, bro.
I love it. That's so crazy. Especially when you blow someone's mind with the people you meet and stuff. Or the people you know for so long. Like, definitely working with IWA, you've definitely seen some people and met some people in the locker room.
Well, with the time that I was there, it was kind of a low point. So we really didn't have that many like stars kind of come through. It was kind of on a downslope while we were there. But like, yeah, I got to meet guys like Tyler Black. That was super cool. Super nice dude. Um, got to meet Larry Sweeney before he passed away. J.C. Bailey before he passed away. Um, that's where I met Necro and Masada and B-Boy. And like, I did meet a lot of cool, like super indie dudes that were fucking just amazing. Like, I'm still friends with B-Boy to this day. Like, God bless him. Go
I
B-Boy.
love B-Boy.
Yeah, B-Boy's the greatest. Like I forged a lot of fond memories, and a lot of like close knit friendships started there. So, for all the bad things that came with it, I try to focus on the good stuff. So
Hell yeah. Well, we talk about your career and it's coming to an end. I believe you're extending it just a little bit longer for good reasons. But Neil, another fan submitted question. I love this one. Out of all the continents you've wrestled in, which one is your favorite, both personally and wrestling atmosphere wise?
what city?
Continent.
Oh, continent.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, like each one has like their own little flavor. Like Mexico was like outlaw country. Like it was a wild time, and like the crowd was crazy and insane. Didn't understand a fucking thing they were saying, but they like I could feel their energy. It was
Oh
really fucking
yeah.
cool. Canada was a little bit more reserved. That was a better experience when like people walked up to me afterwards. It was like, "Hey man, you're fucking insane. You're really good. I really like your stuff. I'm gonna keep following you. You got shirts and stuff." Like, very supportive up in Canada. Felt like I was wrestling in front of like family and friends. Um, Going down to Australia was interesting because I saw their indie scene down there. I got to work a lot of strange places this last go around. Uh, I got to wrestle Eddie or Sexy Eddie, and then got to tag with him later on in the week. Like it was just really cool, man. On how relaxed they are in Australia, very down to earth kind of people. Like they'll fuck around if you want to find out. Like straight up. In Japan, it was very reserved. They don't really react to things the way you would expect like us normal Americans to react. Very reserved, very respectful. Like no one wanted to waste my time in Japan, and I appreciate that kind of thing because time's the only thing we don't get back in life.
Oh yeah.
So like to wrestle in front of each crowd, they all got their own little flavors to it. I would, yeah, I gotta say the USA because we have the language barrier. Like the best crowd I've ever been in front of was probably Atlantic City when I fought Dale, because like they were ready for me to be at the showboat for one, and I think they were ready for Dale. Like they felt something was about to pop off, and yeah, like that's probably one of my favorite places I've ever wrestled in. I doubt I'll ever go back. So the one time I got to go, I made it fucking worth it. And out of all the matches they've had there, I would say that has to be one of those matches that have to be talked about it, because once Dale gave me the choke slam into the Tiger Driver, and I still was able to kick out, everyone stood up after that. That's why
lost it.
Yeah,
I was there. That's the day we met.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were.
That was the legit weekend we met for the first time.
Oh,
ever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, see, a lot of special things happened that weekend. Fucking, but yeah, like if you watch that match after I kick out, and it cuts to Dale's face, like the look on his face explains it all. Like he looked around so bewildered, like what is going on? And all of a sudden, you just see people standing up in the crowd, and I'm just like, all right, now we got it. Now we got something on our hands. Okay, now it's time to pull out those special cards now.
Oh hell yeah! Well, that was actually, I feel like that's probably your favorite death match you've done so far, maybe?
Oh yeah, it's
Maybe.
probably the closest I've gone to perfection.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I will now change this question then for you, Neil. What is
Okay.
your favorite deathmatch tournament that you've taken a part of or been a part of? Either you've won it, you were in it
Ooh.
for a long period of time. Because I know you. You love your deathmatch tournaments.
Hmm. Trying to think of one where I had a good performance throughout the entire thing. That's really hard, man. Been a
You've been a
lot of
part of
tournaments.
so many, yeah, literally.
I don't know why, but for some reason, 2018 King of Death pops into my head. I think it's because I met so many new people. Like, when I had Dale and Miyato in the first round, and then I had Ricky Champage and John Calvin in the second. Yeah, and I was eliminated from there. Like, I remember being back and like, I don't know if it's my favorite one. My favorite tournament to be a part of, but it's definitely the one I probably enjoyed the most because I got to meet so many new people. Like me and Arrow Boy became buddies after that. Uh, was it Los Moritos? Like I became kind of buddies with them. They were still kind of standoffish, but I was working my way into their hearts. Um, got to see Schlack again. Got to see John again. A lot of old faces like Dale and JC. Um, just got to see got to work a bunch of people I'd never worked up to that point. Like I think that was the first time me and Dale worked too. But that one I remember most of that because Schlack almost died.
Was that the filing cabinet one?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I talked to
goodness.
John. I talked to John Wayne Murdoch about that, and like he's so lucky that he wasn't like 2 inches to the left because that would have gone through his rib cage. Like he would have had a punctured lung,
Oh
and it
yeah.
probably would have been far worse. But that's the one I have the most memories of. And just going through that, like the one I probably favor the most is probably Insane 8 2020, where I fought Schlack in the finals and he just crushed me. Like yeah, that's probably my favorite tournament because I got to wrestle Dysfunction for the first time. Found out after that match that I actually replaced Danny Havoc because he recently passed away earlier that year. So that was kind of emotional for me and Diz. And then I had a fantastic match with Warren Veidt, and then I just got crushed and covered in blood in the finals. So that's probably my favorite one because as I went, I wasn't like beat up as I went.
Oh yeah.
Things were a little easier through that one for some reason.
Absolutely. And there's another fan submitted question about two big matches you've been a part of within your career. This fan wants to know, how did you feel going into the 700 light tube death match? And how did you feel afterward? Also, same goes for the 1,000 carpet strip death match as well.
Doing 700 tubes, like that's a that's probably an hour story unto itself. But just the initial of like Matt picking me, like he could have wrestled anybody in that match, but he picked me. I don't think I'll ever know why, but honored is a word that gets thrown around, and it truly was an honor and a blessing for me to be in that match. And Matt's one of my closest friends, probably in life. Like I'll tell Matt pretty much anything. But for him to pick me and all that, like I took it very seriously. I tried to eat right. I tried to get my sleep. I tried to make sure that I was mentally prepared to go through hell and possibly be injured and whatnot throughout it. So like heading into it, like I was prepared on all cylinders, except for like, man, that's a lot of fucking glass. Like, I don't know how this is gonna cut us or react after a certain point. Like, it's just gonna be just piles of glass in the ring, and
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
like,
limitations to it with all that.
oh yeah, which with me and Matt there really wasn't.
Oh
but
yeah.
we didn't run like spots per se either. You know, we didn't run at all other than into that wall at the beginning. That sucked. That was literally like hitting a wall. I was just like, oh man, that's way harder than I expected. I didn't expect it to the tension to cause that type of resistance because it was kind of like a weird like net. Um, but like going through it, like a lot of fiery, sharp stings. Um, I didn't get anything like too deep or anything like that. So like afterwards, like all those pictures, like the only reason why I look exhausted is because we've wrestled for like 45 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I'm just tired from that. I ended up being perfectly fine despite all the little nicks and cuts I had. Um, Matt had the one cut in his leg, and he ended up at the hospital for a week because the hospital fucked up from the first time he went. But like yeah, it was fine for me. Like 2 weeks later, I was perfectly fine. I think I wrestled the next week. I think maybe 2 weeks after that, and I was perfectly fine. Like it's weird how my body reacted to it. I guess I just become rubber over time. Um, and like it's much harder to cut me than usual. So when my back's covered like that, like yeah, I got nicked up pretty good then. There's
Oh
probably
yeah.
some deep ones.
Especially you
Um,
said you feel rubbery, you get numb to all the glass. I also forgot, Neil. How long have you been wrestling for and doing the death matches?
this is 22 years. Yeah, 22 years. I started in '03, so or started doing indie shows in '03. So, um, fucking yeah, 22 years on the indie scene. And come September will be 22 fully. So, uh, yeah,
Oh
I
man,
basically started the weekend I turned 18. I started doing
hell
started
yeah.
doing indie shows. But back to the second part of that question with the 1,000 strips, like I was way more prepared for that than I was for 700 tubes. Like I looked at all the carpet strips and I'm like, this is gonna suck, but I'll live. Like I knew I'd be fine. It was more like that was more of an endurance test for JB because he never been in a huge match like that before, and I've done a couple big matches like that. So for him, it was more of a let's test that grit kind of thing. And like the worst thing was it was towards the end when he just started whacking me with them and you could hear the snap on my skin. And I was just like, ow, ow, ow. It's like two brothers who figured out that they could whack each other with these things and not get fucked up. But it's carpet strips, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like if you've ever stepped on a carpet strip while you're
Oh, it
barefoot, like
sucks.
that sucks.
Oh, it
Yeah.
sucks. I've
And to
done
have
it.
and to have so many of them, like that's the thing that I think that got us was just the sheer number because they didn't move like tubes, they didn't just shatter into little pieces. Like these things stuck together and got in the
Oh
way.
yeah.
And like it just makes me laugh because everyone's like, I'm happy they're doing it because I wouldn't. I'm like, stop being a pussy. Like that just goes to the sheer fact that we're death matchers. Like I've heard people complain about carpet strips. It's not worth the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And I'm like, you're just not using your brain. That's all that means. Cause like I got JB in that weird like penta thing and I grabbed a carpet strip and just started whacking him in the ribs. Like, come on, man, be creative with it. And I used that a couple times now. I'm gonna regularly do it probably till I retire, but you know, like you
Hell
just got to
yeah.
be creative in the environment that's handed to you. That's why I thought the chains were cool because I was like, oh, that's cool. You have to adapt to the chains. And honestly, I think like highest the highest flying type match, like the best cruiserweight match, was probably me and Arrow Boy in it because we used the chains as if they were just ropes, so it didn't affect us.
Yeah.
So but yeah, the carpet strips were way easier than the tubes due to the fact that just there's only so much you can do with them. But like, yeah, I got a little bit of color off of them, got a little bit of blood off of it, but you just gotta be creative with what you got.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to see JB kind of run with it and come up with ideas and all that kind of stuff with it. Very cool. No one's done that before.
Absolutely. I know him and MM3 just had a killer match at Horror Slam, from what everybody's been saying.
Yeah. I talked to him yesterday about it. He was real excited about it. You could tell.
Well, Neil, cheers to some killer matches of your career, my good friend. As we get into the next question here, NDC, what is your favorite deathmatch stipulation?
Well, it was the shitstorm, the one I created. Yeah, I just like it because it tells me how much time I have, or like how much time has gone in the match. Because once you get to sudden death, you've already been out there for. If you have sudden death and it gets to sudden death, and you've already been out there for 20, 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it gets rough. But, like, my go-to is always, like, just give me a mix of things. Give me a couple cinders. Give me, like, 4 or 5 light tubes. Give me a barbed wire bat. Give me a few chairs. Give me a door. Like, give me a mix of shit, and I'll show you something cool.
Back again. NDC having some technical difficulties again, ladies and gentlemen, but that's okay. We get throwing the funny thing for all the interviews. Hey, you're not the only one that's had technical difficulties in the past. But as we left off, we talked about deathmatch stipulations, and now we get to talk about some of the deathmatch cleanup crew people. These are 2 fan submitted questions about 2 specific individuals. Neil Diamond Cutter, thoughts on working with Billy the Deathmatch Janitor out in Canada?
He was a funny cat. Like, he asked me if everything looked all right. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I look fine. And he just kept asking questions and all this. And I looked at him and was like, are you the weapon guy? And he's like, yeah, I'm the deathmatch janitor. And I'm like, oh, you have a name?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Like, well, you know me. I'm not big on, like, if you're trying to become a weapon master, like, I don't want you to kind of have your own gimmick or name or anything yet. Like, being a weapon master is a gimmick unto itself. And, like, I don't know. I'm weird about that. But he had all his stuff down pat. Like, he knew what he was doing. I asked him to build something. He made it perfectly the way it needed to be built. And he knew how to slide in tubes when I needed him to and all this. Like, he followed directions real well. So, the only deathmatch, like, was it Weapon Master in Canada? So, yeah. He's got that to hang his hat on. Good cat, though, funny.
I believe that's in his Instagram bio. Weapon Master deemed by NDC or something like that.
Yeah,
but then we go from an American or a Canadian Weapon Master to an American Weapon Master. NDC and other fans have been questioning your thoughts on John Hammer.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. He knows he's a Weapon Master.
Oh,
I don't need to call him that. He knows that.
Good old John.
Yeah, like, I can tell him anything, and he's like Weapon Master Ryan. Like, I can tell him kind of the idea, and he'll be like, I got you, and he'll figure out how to put something together and make it look neat. So, that's like the real mark of a Weapon Master, is if you get thrown an idea that sounds wacky, and you're still able to make something out of it, like, that's how you kind of become the Weapon Master. Outside of, like, just knowing your normal shit.
Absolutely. And now we go from Weapon Masters to the fan weapons. NDC, what was the most unique fan-brought weapon you've ever interacted with, whether it be in a match, backstage, anywhere,
just
honestly?
I've been to shows where dudes have brought knives and, like, machetes and shit. The most, like, weird thing I've seen is someone made, like, a 3-way nunchuck with all dicks hanging off of it.
Yeah.
That was weird. The coolest thing I've seen so far is the dart guns. Down in Australia, they had it to where they could actually shoot darts with thumbtacks glued to them. I was able to get like 6 or 7 of them stuck to Jared Slade down there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pissed him off.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to get one of those big Gatling guns and be like, and just launching them at people and getting them stuck everywhere and stuff. I think that'd be real fucking funny.
We got another. So many fan submitted questions here for you, Neil. Another one, and this we bring up your retirement coming up. Obviously, this fan wants to know, NDC, what is the plan for after the ring?
Just working a lot, working my way up my shoot job, and moving back near my kiddo. That way I'm around him all the time, and he has somewhere to go, and not really someone to look up to. He's taller than me now, so he'll be looking down on me, but, you know, I'll still be around for him. Like, that's kind of the goal, get back to my kiddo. So that's why it's so important to face Jun Kasai and be done.
Absolutely, so and hopefully you will be there. I don't know if anyone did you get announced for the March chains? I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure.
After I fought D'Amato, he asked me to go with him to fight. Listen,
I do a lot of this.
There's no excuse. You should have done your research, sir.
Yeah. I love it. And this is why we're best friends. Yeah. Well, Neil, that'll also bring me to this question. Any cool interests outside of pro wrestling?
Music is a big part of my life. I do play guitar seldomly, but I play games a lot. I'm real big on open worlds. Get more into like multiplayer games, but you know, I gotta be picky and choosy. I don't have Wi-Fi, so kind of hard to play those. But saying I do a thing called Metal Earths. They're little metal like figures or like little models that you put together. Those are pretty cool. I do enjoy those quite a bit when I have time to do them. I have more time during retirement, so that'll be easy. I like video editing. Like I got a bunch of like little things I like. It's just I'm not too deep into any of them because I've always had wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So you know, I like to draw and write stories and shit. Like I'm a creative person. I just don't share any of it.
Absolutely. And speaking of, we got a video game and a music question. I gotta know, Neil, if you could book your dream concert lineup, 3 to 4 bands or artists, they can be going or not, what would the lineup be?
Live or dead?
Yep.
Well, of course, I'd had to put Megadeth in their prime, Metallica in their prime. Saying we'll do 4. Pantera in their prime. Who would be the wild card? Because those are the 3 bands that I would really like to watch all in their prime. Oh, Children of Bodom. I'm really sad that I got to miss out on Children of Bodom with Alexi passing away during 2020.
Oh, damn.
But I've seen Metallica. I saw them down in Arizona. And I think 18 when they were down there. And then I've seen Megadeth twice. And I got to meet Megadeth this past year.
Oh, hell yeah. I was going to say, that's one thing I do know about you. You're a big concert goer.
Yeah. When I had a chance of going to Ozfest 99 when I was in high school, thought I had 2-day practices, canceled out on my day practice so I could go eat breakfast with all my friends. And yeah, come to find out we didn't have a night practice, so I could have gone to that one. But after that, I went to 4 Ozfests back to back by myself. I didn't go with anyone. I just went because I didn't want to rely on anybody. And yeah, I've been to a few. Went to Knotfest meets Ozfest. Went to Megadeth, Metallica. I'm trying to get to more concerts next year because this year filled up pretty quickly. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit like Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium and all those thrash bands that are, well, thrash metalcore bands, I guess is what they called. Lately, I've been obsessed with Upon a Burning Body. They're a Texas band. Um, yeah, if your guy can pick whatever music he wants for editing my intro or whatever, make sure he puts Upon a Burning Body, The Champ is Coming.
Well, you heard it, Ian.
There you go,
Hopefully,
Ian.
he might see this beforehand. So if he does,
well, you
he's
have to
got a
clip it and
quest.
show him this one little bit. Yeah,
Maybe.
that song's fucking amazing.
Well, all right,
yeah,
we go
like,
from.
I'm also not against going to like Adele.
Hell yeah!
like I as long as it's good music, I don't care, and I have like good people around me. I'm not gonna give a shit about what concert it is. Really, like metal ones are the ones I enjoy, but like I want to go to Up in Smoke if they end up doing that. I want to see like Taylor Swift. It is probably the only person I could care less because she wants probably too much money for her tickets. I'd be like, no, I'm good. Like that Matt Rife guy, the comedian, like he wants like $300 a pop. And I'm like, nah, dude, you ain't that funny. You ain't no George Carlin.
This is true.
So, like, getting like Chris Rock tickets would be extremely hard. Getting Dave Chappelle would be really hard. Like, I want to do more comedy shows too. I want to enjoy being somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, we go from music to this one. Neil Diamond Cutter, your favorite video game console of all time, and the top 3 games you played on it the most.
It's gonna be Xbox. I had 2 PlayStations, and they both got stolen. So I got an Xbox, and I haven't had an issue since. Call me superstitious if you want. But once Gears of War came out, that's my favorite series. I played the shit out of them. I got the remastered already. I'm going through that on every difficulty, trying to get all those achievements. Like Gears of War is my favorite like game series of all time. Right now, I'm pretty big on Helldivers 2 and Smite 2 and Rust. Top 3 games I played on my Xbox is probably Gears. Gears overall, like by leaps and bounds. I played a lot of Red Dead Redemption. And probably Assassin's Creed, either Odyssey. No, probably Odyssey. Odyssey or Black Flag of the Assassin's Creed games. Black Flag was an amazing game.
Oh, hell yeah.
So much in it, and the combat was flawless. Odyssey was just as good, just there was so much to do. It just ate up so much time. Same with Red Dead. Both of those games ate up so much time.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, out of the hundreds of hours I have out of those games, like you triple that, and you probably got my Gears time.
Hell yeah!
So yeah, Gears of War all the way. I can't wait for E-Day.
Absolutely. We still have some very good non-wrestling related questions just like this one. Someone submitted this one to your good friend Gary J. So the same fan submitted it. Neil Diamond Cutter, what is your opinion on ranch dressing?
It's good for some things. It's good for dipping, carrots or celery in, or like being
Gary J says on everything.
I can see that. It's just my stomach doesn't exactly settle very well with ranch, so like I have to be kind of picky and spotty with how much and all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, I have no argument against ranch. It's just obscene, absurd amounts of ranch is a bit much, but here and there to help spice it up a little bit, yeah, I can definitely get into that.
Absolutely. Well, we go from condiment to intercontinental. Neil Diamond Cutter, what's your favorite international cuisine you've had tried so far in each little area that you've been to?
Sushi. Sushi is the best one. Sushi is one of my favorite foods, and like having it in Japan was fucking awesome. Cause fucking that shit was perfection. I could eat sushi every day, all day, for years.
Hell yeah.
Like, that shit is amazing. When I went to Scotland, we went to a few Italian restaurants because Andrew heard I liked Italian food. I kept trying to get chicken Alfredo, and they were like, "We don't sell poor people food." And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, you're near Italy. You're getting real Italian food. They don't know what an Alfredo is.
Well, no, like chicken Alfredo is usually like a poor man's dish. Like it's super cheap to make it.
Yep.
So like we went to like high end kind of Italian places and like they didn't serve that shit. They're like, hell no, that's dirt. That's poor people food. I'm like, oh, okay. Australia, I'm still trying to get my kangaroo burger. Still elusively escapes me, but I found the world's greatest milkshakes and custard shakes donut shop in the world called Walker's Donuts. Me and Clint went there like 4 out of the 5 days we spent in Melbourne. Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah. Someone brought up a good thing to sidetrack real quick. Someone brought up a funny thing about Melbourne, and I'm like, does that, or the video I saw, it was like, does that mean it's the bin identity, the bin supremacy? Like, is it born? Like, how do they pronunciate that? Because whatever they say there, like, it's got to be the same for Melbourne.
And we're back. I had the technical issues this time, but I know, right? This is gonna be a very fun episode for me to edit. But we go back to having delicious meals. Neil Diamond Cutter, what is your favorite sandwich?
So I don't know the name of it. It's just like bologna, cheese, and mayo.
A bologna sandwich.
Yeah, I guess.
I might have a couple of those before NGI tonight. That sounds. Oh, I just bought some bologna.
What was it? Yeah, you put on the mayo, and then you put a piece of bologna on it, and then put a piece of cheese on the other side, and then you put them together.
Yeah, that's a nice classic American bologna sandwich if I've ever heard it. It's classic as I know.
Jane.
It's super good. Well, Neil Diamond Cutter, I also got to know. We'll keep the food questions going. Favorite on the road snack and beverage combination. Some things you always got to have on you when you travel. I'll be probably Dr. Pepper will be on there.
Yeah, that's the drink. Oh no, like I got a few little options that I can pick. If I want candy, I'll get the like strawberry gummies, or they're like a mix of berries. Can't remember what they're called. Like Welch's. That's what it is. Welch's
Those
gummies.
Those are good. The fruit snacks, yeah.
Yeah, either I'll get like one of them and I'll smash that real quick, or like I'll get Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its are usually a pretty good go-to. Yeah, kind of chip that ain't like hot. You know, Doritos. I don't really like the puffs; they're too messy. But like Fritos are good. You know, chips mainly. Like I'll just get a little bit grab. Like I could give or take with that, as long as it's salty.
I love kettle cooked chips. It's all about the crunch.
Yeah, usually I go like at the airport. I can get either the gummies or the chips, either or I'll get both. When I'm in a car, usually I get chips. I usually don't do the gummies.
Absolutely. So. I mean, it's always good to have the sweet and the salty, and of course, for you, a good drink, a good Dr. Pepper. I feel like that.
Well, like usually in airports they don't have Dr. Pepper, so I have to get like a Pip Extra.
That's crazy. A Pip Extra. Oh my goodness.
Like when people see me with like a Coke or a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew, they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You got a different soda. What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, the airports don't carry Dr. Pepper."
That's crazy.
And they're all like, "Oh wow." Yeah, there's only a few airports I found where I found Dr. Pepper, and I was like, "Oh, thank God."
I feel like you need a Dr. Pepper sponsor. Just one match, one show, just one right
no,
for
they
you.
never do it.
But well, it's okay. This was just a cheap plug for me to say, Sunny D, I need my sponsorship now. Shout out Sunny Delight. They put
that was my choice of drink when I was like 9.
Delicious. I love it.
That's
Well,
insane.
we also have this food question here, NDC. I gotta know. And usually I ask what would, but since you're on a you're on your retirement tour, I gotta ask what will be your last meal after your retirement match.
Anytime I have some kind of like successful match or I feel really good about a weekend, I'll go get Japanese food. Like that's my celebration, like dinner usually. You know, usually I'll get the California rolls just to make sure I got something to clean the palate. But like I'll get something different every time along with those rolls, just so I'm always eating something different or trying something new. Like I tried just raw fish. Like that's interesting to try to chew and take down, but I made it through it. I paid for it, so I was like, I'm gonna eat this motherfucker one way or another. But yeah, definitely Japanese. Like the only thing that like I like mixing my Asian foods. I like I guess the Asian fusion type. So I'll get the sushi rolls, but then I'll get like a side of chicken fried rice with like crab rangoon.
Oh, I
You know,
love
so
me
I
some
like
crab
to
rangoon.
like I won't mix them as far as like eating them together, but like I'll eat a sushi roll, a couple of them, and then I'll go and eat a couple bites of the chicken fried rice. Like it's just a good back and forth kind of mixture for me.
You know, I learned
So
that
that's
from
usually what I
you
do.
from when we
What?
hung out at Insane Eight, the recent one. Right after the show, we went to the nearest ramen shop, and oh,
Oh, that's right.
that was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, man. That was a good place, man. They're nice people.
Yeah, no,
But
they were
like they're
cool as hell.
like eventually I'm gonna have to get like when I go back in March, I plan on asking Sakuda like where's the place we ate with your family because he took us to a cool little place where there's like a robot who brought us our stuff. Like, really weird. I just stared at the robot and they just laughed at me because I'm not used to that stuff.
That's
But
so
they had
crazy.
a
Japan
great
lives in the
beef.
future.
They do. They literally do. Um, but they have like a rice beef cheese bowl that like I was over the moon with. I was like, "Can I get one to go?" They're like, "Yeah, that's okay." I'm like, "Yes," you know. And
I
those are the
love
only
it.
two bowls of it I've had, but I need to try to get back there to try to find that bowl. As the
Hmm.
elusive bowl of Japan for me.
I love it.
So,
I was gonna say you had a blast the last time you were over in Japan. If you didn't catch Neil's The Life of on IWTV, I
yeah.
believe some of those matches are up on YouTube. Neil, what's your mental
All of
thought?
them are.
What is the mental
All three of them are up.
process before going over to somewhere for a couple weeks? How long were you over there for the first time?
2 weeks.
Yeah, what's the
Uh,
mental preparation for just Japan itself as a wrestler?
just making sure that I'm healthy, that I can do right by them, and show them that like I can do this and do it at a high level and draw in people and make them want to buy a ticket for me. You know, like the first match I had there was in a 5-story mall, and we
Which
had
is
people
so
looking
cool.
over. Yeah, it was wild because I looked up and I saw people in the fourth level, like looking down. I just waved at them. I'm like, "Hi, yeah, you way up there," like pointing at them and shit, trying to get their attention. And all the little kids thought I was cool because I looked like just a crazy dude. Um, and a couple of the Freedoms, like top workers, uh, actually came and like watched my match, and then as soon as it's over, they came down to say hi, and then they left. I'm like, oh, that's super cool, man.
That's
Like
actually
they
really
literally,
cool.
yeah, like that made me feel really honored. Like I guess they wanted to see like how I'd fare against a culture I'm not a part of, you know. And they saw that
Hmm.
I was interacting with everybody and like having a good time, you know. So it was really cool. Wrestling in the first arena was fucking awesome. Like just seeing so many matches happen there and knowing that I'm on the same ring as them, like that's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Um, and fighting Sakuda over there again, which there's a cool thing over there that no one's noticed yet. But I had him put my hand on a chair, and I had him he put needles through my webbings of my fingers. And instead of just pulling my hand out like that, I grabbed the bottom of them and I pulled my hand up through the needles to give that gross look.
Crazy, crazy man.
Yeah, a little bit.
You've done so much gnarly shit. Well,
yeah, you could say
Neil,
that.
we are down to the last 4 questions.
Dun dun dun.
I know, right? And speaking of dun dun dun, I gotta know, what is your favorite movie?
Jurassic Park. Easy.
Hell yeah.
Say it was the first movie I saw without my mom. My aunt took me, and like I remember watching the movie and like not wanting to get up because I had to pee, and like it ended up being I don't even remember what scene I got up for. Like I remember watching the entire movie in the theater, but I know I got up at some point to go pee. I guess I ran that quickly. Um, but I got into the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and I look up and I can see the mirror vibrating in front of me from all the roars coming from the theaters next door from the T-Rex. And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking sick." The whole movie theater was dolled up to look like Jurassic Park, like a forest and shit. Like it was really cool, man. It was back when they went all out at movie theaters for big premieres and
Oh
stuff. And
yeah.
yeah, man, like that's a real big part of my childhood that I distinctly remember. And like I've just loved everything Jurassic Park since. It's that fascination with dinosaurs.
The
These things
modern
were here
age.
before us. That's fucked.
I was about to say, the modern age cinema has, like, the hype is still there for the debut of the movie, but it's a $70 popcorn bucket that you get in return.
Well, like it just money has gone up, the economy and whatnot. As
Very
money does,
true.
is just people want more to do less.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. The curve will happen eventually, and things will change again. Like I've noticed with the generation after you, like your generation's starting to have kids now, and the generation that's coming after is like nostalgic for the 80s despite never touching it.
Yep.
You know, so we're backsliding back in time. You know,
Which is kind
it's
of
real
good.
weird. It's just weird. It's a weird thing.
Well,
History just tends to repeat and go in cycles. So we'll see where this leads. I'm waiting for bell bottoms to come back.
I'm waiting for Zumas to fully come back.
That's going to be a gym thing from here until eternity because no one finds that like popular.
I like them.
Other than
I
gym
think
rats.
Zumas are cool. Gym rats and
Jocks
pro wrestlers.
Yeah, gym rats, pro wrestlers, and jocks.
Do you have a do you own a pair of Zumas and or I believe you have a Ribera jacket?
Ribera, yeah, I got a Ribera jacket, but I do not have a pair of Zumbas.
Well,
I don't ever plan on owning a pair.
Well, maybe Santa Hot Dog might get you a pair.
Just buy me a pair of like basketball shorts, bro.
Nah, Zumbas. I'll wear those. Shorts.
Nah, man. I don't need those Zuma shorts. I'll put them on once for a picture and then pack them away. I'll never see the daylight again.
Oh, but then you'll wear them and you'll be like, oh, now I get it.
No.
They're comfy. I owned a pair for
I'll look in the mirror and be like, I look like a schmuck.
No. I love it. Well, Neil, here we go. We got another great question. Fans submitted this. This is a really good one. You're hosting a dinner. Which 3 persons of the wrestling world, dead or alive, would you bring in, and why? So you're inviting 3 guests to a dinner. It can be anybody.
Well, they're saying, how many people did I get?
3.
All right, that's easy. 2 of them are still alive, and 1 of them's sadly passed away. I would want to sit and just be a fly on the wall for the 3 of them to sit together. Like, I don't necessarily need to be part of it, but I'd love to see the interaction between Jun Gasai, Masada, and Danny Havoc. I would love to see like how they interacted and like how they were as just dudes, just friends. Because I know just watching the documentary for Kasai, like I knew, or I have an idea of how much he really cared for Danny, and I know how much or sorry, cut that word if you can't bleep it for me. Uh, Masada like always talks fondly about Danny and like the weird things they do. So yeah, like I'd really like to see how they would all interact with each other.
I love it. That's a solid dinner lineup to bring some homies over. Well, Neil, second to last question. I love this one. You've been wrestling 22 years. What has been the most gratifying moment of your career so far?
Mm, there's actually a couple because it's all the same
List them
kind of like
all.
epiphany. Well, it's just an epiphany for people. Like if you ever see me stand across the ring from someone and you see me do the whole like, see, like the whole hand gesture where I'm like, see, the wide armed hands, just showing them
Yeah,
like I showed you, like having that moment with someone at the end of it is like reassuring to them that they're good. Like you're good at what you do, man. Like, see, I told you. You just had to believe in yourself. Like, I think I did to Dale at um, NHV 13 in Atlantic City. I did to him because my whole mindset was like, let's go have the best match we possibly can, and that's what happened. Um, and who was the other one? I did to Michael Caden because he couldn't believe that he could win a tournament, and I was just like, believe in yourself, dude. That's all it takes. Just have faith in your abilities. You know what you're doing. Just go out there and
absolutely.
whoop ass. Uh, and then we ended up being in the finals, and I did the same thing to him. Like, see, told you. You took down a tournament guy. Like, I'm big on fucking tournaments. I hate losing tournaments. But see, you were still able to beat me. That kind of thing. So just having that kind of being able to have that look to someone across the ring and them just know what I'm thinking, like that's the kind of moments I really hang on to that are like my fond ones you can't like really explain. Like you just know in that moment everything's right in the world, you know. So
Absolutely. And I forgot, before I get into the final question, Neil, I actually had a question of my own that I'd like to ask you. What's the significance lately with the masks that you've been coming out with and
oh
giving everybody?
um that that actually started with Sakuda because I saw that he came out with masks and stuff once I really dove deep into his career and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I can get a mask made for him, something special. I don't do masks, so maybe getting one made if I can get it done fairly cheap and quick, I'll give him a mask. We're about to. He's my first international opponent, so it was a
I was there.
first.
That
That was
was,
kind of
oh my
my
goodness. I cried at
yeah.
that show, Neil. You had me in tears. It was so good.
Well, unbeknownst to all of us, my arm was broke too.
Yeah.
So, like, it just goes to show, like, when you're in there with someone good, like, good things can happen no matter how fucked up someone can be.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of started with him. Trying to think of who was next. Oh, and then I finally lined up the rest of my world tour in 2023, and I was like, well, I got to get a mask made now for every time I go there. If I only have one match, I want to be able to give them a mask. Fortunately, on every place I went, I had multiple matches except for Scotland, but I saved that mask until Lust for Death. You know, um, so like it started out with just Sakuda, like being the one dude who's going to get one, to the whole world tour. I had to get 5 other masks made one for each country. Um, and yeah, I just fanned it out to where it's like, okay, now these are for someone I admire or someone that I truly respect or someone who I think just deserves it because I saw them, come up in the ranks or whatnot. Like multiple reasons. Like JD Horror, I was never expecting to make him one, but because of the fact that this is going to be the one and only time it happens where it's one-on-one, we can actually like do our shit and be good, because the other encounters we had were all multi-mans.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
all fell on both of us, and I was like, well, he's a big horror movie guy. Like, I'll get him a mask. And then, fucking, I gave Kobashi my goggles. So now I got to wear a different pair that aren't even mine. They were given to me by that Kyle. He gave me his goggles because I gave him mine. So now I'm going to take Kyle's goggles and wear them out.
Hell yeah.
And take them around the world with me. But yeah, like being able to hand out masks like that, it just means I have a great deal of respect for you, or I love you. You're my friend, you're my family, or it could be a multitude of reasons as to why you get a mask. Like I don't know Eric Ryan really at all. Outside of wrestling, and we've only had a few encounters in wrestling, but he's going to get a mask because I respect the fact that, one, he beat me at a King of Death, and he's won 2 King of Deaths back to back. So like he's gonna get a special one. Alex Colon got one. I've wrestled him a bunch of times now in my closing years, and fucking love Alex. He's one of my favorite people in the world. Fucking dude's a straight shooter all day long. It's fucking great. So I got him a special one where there's 3 horns coming out of it. So they can literally kind of pop up whenever. Like Mickey Knuckles got one. Satu Jin got one. I can't really think of too many people. Masada got one. Like I think I'm up to 13. The Kirks, I gave them both one. And there's still going to be more coming. It's just a matter of if and when those things come around.
Absolutely. So. Well, Neil, we are down to the last question. The final question. The reason we have this podcast, Neil. I asked you this question before. Neil Diamond Cutter, the deathmatch community has to know. What is your favorite kind of soup?
A homemade chicken noodle soup.
Hell yeah.
I like the little celery pieces in it, the carrots, the big fat egg noodle, wide noodle, I can let it sit there for a few hours and just let it cook over. Fucking yeah. That's I always eat it whenever I get sick. I'll have that in a Sprite and have some crackers with it, because it always makes me feel better.
Pepper, wow. Sprite.
Yeah. Well, if you're sick and you're throwing up, dark liquids are bad for you.
That's very true.
Because there's dyes and shit in it. So, yeah. So when it comes to being sick and stuff like that, like I'll have the Sprite because I know I need to be wise about what I put in my body sometimes. Even though Sprite's not a good alternative,
Have a nice
still better than Dr. Pepper, they say. Yeah, that tastes like shit.
Well, Neil, this is the part of the podcast I let you plug your socials. Any dates you have left on the tour of your retirement, anything you want to tell the fans. This is that part, Neil.
Let's see. I've got Unsanctioned Pro on the 22nd. I think it's the 22nd. Yeah, 22nd in Columbus, Ohio. I face Anakin Murphy, saying he beat me in the hardcore tournament last month. So I felt really salty. So I pushed my. I told the fans there that if I lose, I'm going to retire right there on the spot for them. And I felt really salty. So I was like, no, Anakin, you're not going to take this away from fans. Like, we're going to get a one-on-one, and I'm going to beat your fucking ass and take my title back. I don't know if I have anything for January yet. In February, they just announced for IWA Deep South fighting Mickey Knuckles on their show. So that'll be fun to be able to tie it up with her one more time. And then we got Japan. And fucking, yeah. Once I get back from Japan, though, I plan on doing like my favorite home shows, cities and companies I really cared for. So I might pop up a few more times throughout the year, but yeah, once Japan's done, I'm gonna do a few dates to actually say goodbye and call it a day. So that's kind of the game plan from here on out.
Well, there you go. Anything else you gotta say, NDC? Any socials you gotta plug?
Well, the only one that I really pay attention to is the Instagram. That's NDCPOD. You can find all kinds of random clips up there of me getting smashed in the head or dropped on my head or thrown through my head. Like, yeah, there's all kinds of shit up on there.
Well,
I'm almost to 10,000.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I'm 300 people away from getting to 10,000. I don't know what that means, but it means something.
It means you're really cool. That's what it means.
I guess.
Well, for the Honey Badger Neil Diamond Cutter, I'm Dewey the Hot Dog. Deathmatch United, soups, death matches, and all good things in between. And I'll